All right, we're recording. All right, so we're live. Okay, we're live from Mexicali, Mexico. As you guys know, this is George. All right, work with the real George.com. I'm all the way in Mexico, and I promised you guys that I was going to bring you a phenomenal interview today. And it is because I'm here with my buddy, my business partner, my good friend, Chris, the Freedom Fighter. All right, he's calling it all the way from Gilbert, Arizona, just to go ahead and share some value with you guys. Let you guys know what is it about Black Ops? What was it that attracted him? What is it that changed his life? And this is something that you've been hearing me just yelling off the top of my lungs day in and day out about marketing, Black Ops, millionaire mentoring. So I figured let's bring in the people that are already successful doing this, the people that were once just like you looking at interviews like this, and let's ask them, you know, did it change your life? Was it worth it? So Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. What was it that got you into Black Ops? And, you know, you can get personal, man, if that's all right with you. Tell us about you.
Hey, all right. What's up, guys? How you doing? First of all, man, I want to thank you for this interview, man. I'm truly honored and blessed to have this experience with you and to share this with you guys. You know, a little bit about me. My name's Chris Holland. I'm 27 years old, living out here in sunny, hot, beautiful Gilbert, Arizona. I'm a father to 2 kids, a single father. You know, I got started with Black Ops. You know, I was at an interesting point in my life when I got started with Black Ops Millionaire mentoring. And, you know, what really drew me to it was, you know, I was at a point where I'd been online at the time for about almost 2 years. And I hadn't made any money. I'd made about 15 bucks, I think, at the most online. I'd been through several different programs. I'd spent just a ton of money. I mean, I'd gone into spending rent money on things in the hopes that I could make something work. And I was just constantly spinning my wheels. I was super frustrated. I was ready to give up. And I actually came across another program that one of the millionaire mentors, Darren Little, was in. And I hit him up and I asked him, you know, what was the best way to go about this? And we hopped on a call and, you know, he told me about Black Ops. He told me about the millionaire mentoring and I was sold, you know, and I took the leap. I actually, at the time I had just sold my car actually to fund another business opportunity that completely flopped. So I lost $2 grand. I really didn't have any other money to make this work. And he said, well, go get the money, figure it out. And so I did. 2 days later, I somehow got a credit card. I joined Black Ops and, you know, from there, it was like a complete like paradigm shift. Like my whole life, changed completely from there. I had to work through a lot of personal stuff at the time. But in a matter of 6 months, within joining, you know, at the time, right after all that happened, you know, my girlfriend and I broke up. We had just signed on an apartment. I decided to cancel the apartment. I didn't have anywhere to live. And I'd been staying out of my car for 3 months. I was living out of my car, eating Little Caesars pizzas, and I was showering at the gym. And I started applying the techniques that I'd learned in Black Ops and with the millionaire mentoring and really stepping into my personal power and you know, building up my confidence and just and applying the techniques. And, you know, in a matter of 6 months, I was able to move into my own place. I got a killer job in the offline world. And my first month after applying the techniques, I was able to make $5,000 online. And since then, we've gone on to grow our team to 140 people applying the same methods that I've learned with millionaire mentoring. So my whole life has changed. Like, you know, my energy levels, my mental levels, the relationships with my kids, with my family, everything's just completely been transformed since then. And it's been amazing, man.
I gotta give you a clap, man. That's crazy. And for you guys that don't know, like I said, he is a good friend of mine and we talk a lot. He's helped me out a lot, lead capture pages, a lot of technical stuff, because that's what we do in Black Ops. I'm like retarded when it comes to technology. And there's people like him that's been doing it for a while. Maybe weren't successful on the financial state, but he understands the technicals, you know, of the online world. And I did not know all of that about you, man. That's crazy. Cause see, you think you struggled until you hear things like that. You know, it's like, oh, I did prison, I got out, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you went through it, bro. You went through it and you didn't stop, you didn't quit. And like I said, man, I gotta clap because that's inspiring and that's crazy. When you first said, oh, Black Ops changed my whole life, I'm like, man, people are not gonna believe that it changed your whole life. And then you let us have it, and it's like Black Ops changed your whole life. So
it really did, man. It really did. I'm super grateful. Super grateful.
Tell us about your kids. Like, you have 2 kids. How were your kids dealing with all of this? Like, you have 2 children, so you're a normal guy. I mean, yeah, sure. Now you have the 6 figures. You have all the opportunity in the world to make 7 figures. But this is you today with Black Ops. Before Black Ops, how was it being a dad and the 2 kids and like struggling, bro? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm just a normal guy. I mean, honestly, I didn't have a crazy upbringing. I wasn't like super dirt poor or have like a troubling childhood or anything. When I was 18 years old, my ex-wife, my girlfriend at the time, got pregnant. I actually had a full ride to the University of Tennessee for track and cross country, and I turned it down to join the Air Force. And so I joined the military. We were young, dumb, just young parents. My second daughter, Madison, she was born when I was 20 years old. We struggled, did the military thing for a while. And, 4.5 years later, we divorced. I got out of the military. I moved out here to Arizona to be with the kids. And, since then, I worked odd jobs here and there, went to school for massage therapy, waited tables, doing this, doing that, sales jobs. And split custody 50-50. And right now the girls they're 8 years old, they're 7 years old. They're actually right now they're spending the summer with their grandparents, but they're going to be coming back here in a couple weeks. I'll have them working on having them full time actually. And I've since then I've been putting myself in a position to be able to do that. But it was hard as a young couple, young dad, trying to figure it out. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, and you're just living paycheck to paycheck. And, you think, man, I've got these two other lives that I have to take care of. And you have, all of your own stuff that you're going through, a lot of your own stuff that you're trying to figure out. But you also realize that, there's somebody else, your children who you want to create a legacy for, that you're like, and I'll tell you one question that I was asked that really stuck with me is who will fail if I don't succeed? I'll say that again. Who will fail if I don't succeed? And that was probably the question that really shifted my whole perspective. Was I was like, man, if I don't make this work, my kids are going to fail. I'm not going to be able, they're not going to have the right skill sets. They're not going to know how to manage it out in the world if they can't see that their own father is doing this, and the thing with Black Ops is it's more than just teaching you.
Yeah, how did it take you from that? How did Black Ops, because you're saying that Black Ops took you from that way of life to now you're looking at getting them full custody. And I mean, you're chilling. Now you're obviously out by the pool right now. You showed me the pool earlier. And yeah. How did Black Ops do that? Because I know our audience are going to find it very hard to believe that mentoring could do that to somebody. They're going to find it hard to believe that online marketing can do that. Take you showering in the gym and Little Caesars Pizza to now getting full custody of your daughters and making, $5-10K a month easily. Like, how did Black Ops do that for you? Can you explain to the audience that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to get into that. The thing with Black Ops, the mentoring itself is, it's more than just teaching you how to make money online. A lot of people go through programs where it's just, this is how you market, this is how you make money. Black Ops is I wouldn't know how to put it. It's like a subconscious reprogramming. It's like an internal paradigm shift. I mean, you're gonna open up. If you really remove your ego and you're really at that point. If I can say this, if you've really reached your fuck it moment in life, and you're just at that point and you're ready to make a change, Black Ops you go through this mentoring and it will completely create that shift inside of you that helps you to reach that point to just where you're, it's like neuro-linguistic programming. It's like, your whole you rewire your whole mind, and you learn to see the world differently. And you get through all the past shit. You learn to accept yourself for who you are and forgive yourself for mistakes you made, and learn to love yourself and feel worthy and deserving of success.
So it's more than just computer stuff. It's more than just sales. It's more than just money.
No, the computer stuff is just, it's more on the back end. You learn that as you go along, but it's more of a, there's people in here that as you're seeing, it's like there's people in here whose whole lives are changing, not only just making money online, but they're making money, they're getting promotions at their job. They're able to fire their boss. They're whatever, if they own, there's people that own their own businesses offline, that their sales are increasing, their relationships with their kids are getting better. When I first got started with Black Ops, I came to truth with a lot of that stuff, with a lot of the people. I realized that it was a lot of the people I'd been hanging around, people that were broke, still broke, still stuck, still complaining, things like that. And those situations just kind of fade away. It's like your reality shifts from one perspective to another, and you start to really appreciate and accept, the new life that you can create for yourself, and the power that you step into your personal power is what it really is.
Yeah. You know what this sounds like to me? Because, and I just did an interview with Emily. She's amazing, wonderful. In the last 5 months, she's made $50,000, and that's just her side money. Like she said, I don't even use that. And she's at the point where her real estate money, like she said, my commission, I don't even use that either. It's like, so what do you use? And she's just like, it's just piling on that my lifestyle doesn't need all of that money anymore. You know what I mean? And she's just getting it. So anyway, what I'm thinking, I'm hearing here, it's almost like a 7-figure boot camp. If you join this, you're not going to get out the same. You're not, I'm not, I know I'm not. It changed my entire life. I know you're not. You're just not going to get out the same. It's a 7-figure boot camp for mental, spiritual, and when I say physical, I mean with the sales and the products, that's like such a small part of what this is, right? And the reason I say this is because,
right.
The accountability. I've never been a part of a mastermind group where millionaires are holding you accountable. Like, why would the guy that just made $17 million care if I'm getting up on time? Why would he care if I have the right people around me? Why would they? Because they don't put you on blast, but when they're letting you know, hey man, you need to step your game up. You know what I mean? And it's like, it is just a whole different story, because when they hold you accountable and they're like, well, what do I do? And then they give you the answer. It's like, accountable, here's the answer. Accountable, here's it. And it's like a never ending cycle of increasing everything. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I get better every day. I feel like my life gets better every day. I feel like money comes easier to me every day, and it's just growing and growing and growing, and everything's just compressing. So it sounds like that's what happened to you, man. It sounds like you went from something horrible.
Yep.
You got better and better and better, and now you're looking at just living that life, full custody of the children.
Right.
By the pool or the beach. We were just talking about, remember, Colombia or going somewhere else, because now you have that privilege. It's like you don't have to be in the States, because now you make money wherever you go. And isn't that crazy? You didn't have nowhere to go before. Now you can go anywhere.
Right. It's not, and like you said, the accountability. I've been online for 2 years before this happened, and I've never ever seen a community like Black Ops where we do things like this. We create posses. We get together. We collaborate with one another. We interview one another. We hold each other accountable. We do weekly millionaire mentorings. We do super Saturdays once a month, twice a month. Sometimes we've done them, and it's completely mind blowing. And like you said, it's like once you step into your personal power and you make that quantum shift, it's like a domino effect. Just things start to take off for you. Things
Bigger.
blow up.
It just keeps climbing up. I started with this with no money, and now I'm involved in like 4 different opportunities, and I'm one of the best in like all of them, only because of my recruiting abilities, my mental abilities, and it's like all of that came from Black Ops. You know, you see what I did with Forex. Is be like, well, how do you recruit 10 people in 1 week with Forex if it was your first week in Forex? Like, you just have it. You just have it now. It's a party. You can do that. You can bring anybody, recruit anybody. And it's just, that's a cool thing, man. That's so cool. Now, what I do want to talk about is people have failed, and they're currently failing right now when it comes to sales, marketing. What did Black Ops do for your game when it came to marketing and promotions? Because you said you went 2 years, bro. 2 years of, let me guess, you were getting rejected. Probably you had to harass your friends and family. Because I've been in sales, you know, my whole life, and that's what it is. You know, your friends don't want to talk to you. Your brothers don't want to answer the phone anymore. Like, how did Black Ops change that for you? Because it sounds like you don't have those obstacles anymore. It sounds like you're just rolling. How did Black Ops change that side for you?
Right. Yeah. And, you know, and a lot of people probably can relate to this too, but you join an MLM, affiliate marketing company, whatever, and you're taught to build a list of, you know, your closest friends and family, and you hit those people up and, you know, constantly no. Well, every time that you're told no, your morale gets lowered a little bit, and then that's an energy that you're carrying around, and then you just end up quitting. You feel defeated, you know, you feel rejected, and that's what happened to me. I know that's what happened to a ton of people, and you get distracted, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm done with this. Maybe this next thing will be the next best thing, and then you're taught the same thing, you know. And with Black Ops, it's like I said, it's a complete shift of the way that you talk to people, the way that you you know, posture yourself as a leader, as a person of value, and you don't really ever have to deal with any of that. People will come to you, and you know, you exude a certain confidence, a certain energy, and people come to you, and they're asking you what you're doing, and you connect with them, and you help change their life, you know, and we all change each other's lives together.
Bro, you said something amazing. You said value, and this one is big for me. I tell everybody, I've always been the #1 salesman. I don't care if it's DirecTV, tires, even as you know, and if you guys, my viewers, my audience knows, when I grew up selling drugs and everything, I always had to be the #1. I had to be #1, right? And now it's like, I realized why I've had so much struggle in my life, because I depended on that one product. I depended on the company, and it's like, if the product goes away, I don't have any value. If the company goes away, I don't have any value. I have to constantly keep looking for new opportunities. And now that I found Black Ops, I am the value. And it's like, no matter what happens online, no matter what happens with the products, it's a whole different paradigm shift to know that I don't have to look for companies anymore. I don't have to look for the next best thing. Because correct me if I'm wrong, if you were in sales, you thought the next product was going to be the next best thing. How many times?
Oh, countless.
Now, do you look for products that are going to be the next best thing?
Do I look for them now? No, because you position yourself as a person of value, and you just provide value to the marketplace. You provide value. You add value to people's lives. You know, you do daily deposits into people's lives, and you truly care about people, and the rest just takes care of itself. You know, and a lot of times people get into it and they don't really understand that. And, you know, a lot of people just get into it and they don't realize that, you know, they're maybe in it for the money, or they really haven't connected with the deeper vision, with their deeper self, and understand why they're doing what they're doing. And Black Ops will really help you get in touch with that, and really help you to understand the value that you have as a person, and that you can deliver into people's lives, and that carries forward into all aspects of your life, not just in the online world, but, you know, like I said, with your family, your friends, relationships, anything, you know, it carries forward everywhere.
Right. And that's awesome, man. That's awesome that you found the formula, you cracked the code, because it's like one, and I don't know if it's the same for you, but when I look back at my sales career and when I see everybody on Facebook and how they're struggling and they promised me and they told me they're the next big thing, and I'm like, dude, it's like you know what I mean? The value, you can see if a person is bringing value or if they're bringing a product. And 99.9% of the people I see are bringing products, and then they wonder how people like person like you went from $0 owing what credit cards and loans and stuff to $5,000 a month. Tell me how that happened, man. How did you feel on a $5,000 month? I mean, you went from nothing to 5K.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, man. But it was a surreal. It was really surreal, man. I was, I mean, coming from the situation I was in, and I had pulled myself out of that, and I got a really awesome job at the time. And then my online business took off. I recruited 8 people my first week, and then everything it was just like boom, just quantum leap, like you said, 0 to 5K. And I just remember sitting there looking at my bank account and looking at, the luxury apartments I'm living in now, and looking at my kids, and we got a puppy and just my apartment. And I didn't buy any furniture or anything yet. And I just remember laying down on the floor, on the carpet in my apartment. And I just had this immense feeling of gratitude come over me. And I cried. I just couldn't do anything but cry, because I had come from such a tough place, man. It was a tough place that I came from. Right. And I pulled myself out of it. So I get emotional talking about it. So
I'm emotional right now. I'm like choking up, because it's like, man, that's crazy, man. And like I said, I had no idea that you went 2 years just failing, just rejected, no money. And I don't know, I might be wrong, but did you say you made $15 in 2 years?
Yeah, the most I ever made was $15. Yeah.
And then you joined Black Ops, and then 5K.
Exactly. It was.
And did it stop there, or did you constantly start making thousands of dollars after that?
Yeah, it's been ever since then. I haven't had to worry about money ever since then. I mean, this is probably the first time since I can remember. I'm talking about living paycheck to paycheck. This is the past 7 months that I've lived here since joining Black Ops and really taking that leap and changing my life. I haven't even had to worry about money whatsoever. I mean, I just bought a new car. I just paid $5,000 and bought a new car the other day. Right. I was able to go on my family reunion back in May for Memorial Weekend. I spent money that I made online, and I came back and I still had more money than I left with. And I was getting paid while I was on vacation, and nothing like that has ever happened. And I'll say that, not to impress you, but to just show you that, I mean, it can happen to you too. It can happen to anybody. I'm just a regular guy, and you tell yourself, you're no one special, but, it's just anybody can do this if you're just willing to become coachable and put your pride and ego aside and make the changes in your life and apply what you learn. I mean, and show up. It's just, all of it really is just showing up and applying everything that you're taught, and it can happen for you too.
Bro, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. I mean, it's like a whole, because I'm looking at the notes, and the person you're telling me you were with the Little Caesars, the shower, you just don't have a place to go to. Yeah, the kids, full-time, the apartment, I'm traveling. I just bought a new car. I went quantum leap, $5,000. And it's like, that's the same story everyone has in Black Ops. Honestly, everybody goes from like, I had nothing, boom, or I had something, but I didn't know I could have had all of that. There's people, there's people, a lot of people that are making $60,000 to $80,000 a year. I mean, Cedric, one of our mentors, he's a millionaire. He joined Black Ops, did what, 7K his first 7 days, and the next 10 days he did like, what is it now? He's up to like 11K, and it's like, it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. Black Ops is something unique, and what Charlene and what Emily called it is the missing link. Could you agree with that or elaborate? Do you believe that it's the missing link?
I 110% agree with that. It's absolutely the missing link. I can think back to, man, hindsight's like, I had a sales job prior to all of this.
I do that all the time. I know what you're going to say. If I just knew this back then, oh,
I knew this in my sales job, I would have, I mean, I did a good job in there, but it would have just taken off, man. It's like, it's literally the missing, like I said, I've never seen anything like this online. This is, if all marketers knew about Black Ops and really understood the value that this program has, nobody would be struggling online.
The world would change. The world would change.
The whole world would change. The whole entire world would change.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like that. I honestly feel the more people I can bring into Black Ops, like I'm doing the world a better, like a good service. I'm doing the world good for the world, you know? And dude, I do it all the time. Like when I had that 6-month contract, they paid me $148,000 to go to the East Coast in Delaware, set up a DirecTV kiosk inside every Best Buy, Walmart, and Sam's Club, right? The Fortune top 20 companies. And now it's like I did that as a kid with no mentoring, no nothing. If I could only have that opportunity now with it, oh, dude, you're talking millions. And it's like, millions by far. Everybody on my team would just be a millionaire. And that's just how you feel. You know, so I'm very happy for you, man. I'm really, really pumped up for you. And what would you say to somebody that's watching this right now and they say, hey, man, I'm really good at marketing. I'm really good at promotions. I have a really good thing going on with sales. But I got to tell you, man, a lot of people, not that they lie online, but they know that they hit that wall and they can't break through that wall. They might make 80K a year, but they can't make 81. And they've been at 80 for the last 3 or 4 years. Is Black Ops that missing link that could take him there? Would you put your money on it? I mean, there's a lot of people that are successful. Not everybody has to be at a rock bottom. Not everybody has to be struggling like you and I. Not everybody had to just leave prison or out the military. There's some people that actually are successful. They have real estate businesses or they have stores, whatever, right? Would you agree that this would just take them to that next level?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like we said, we've had tons of people in the community like that. That are, you know, they're not at rock bottom, you know, they haven't gone through like immense struggle like that. But they joined Black Ops, they saw the opportunity, they saw the value, and they took it and they ran with it, and it completely catapulted their results. You know, it took them to, you know, from that level where they were at and to the next level. I mean, if you really think about it, you know, the level that someone's at who's, you know, would see themselves as successful, making, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, $1,000 per month, it took them to the next level versus, you know, somebody who's at rock bottom, it took them to the next level from 0 to 5,000. And then you keep go from there to 10,000 to 20, you know, it's the next level. It's like the missing link. It's like the next level thing, you know, it'll just take you to the next.
It's the quantum leap. And I was just talking about that with Emily. And I bring her up again because it's like we almost made a bet that there's no way she's going to make 50K in the next 5 or 6 months. She has to make 100. It only makes sense. You went from 0 to 50 in 5 months.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to go from 50 to 50. You're already there. You know what I mean? It's like you're already there. And I honestly do believe in it, man.
Right.
That's why I'm doing the interview. And you just gave us so much value today, man. You gave us so much value. So, but before I let you go, I want to know if this company really works. What are your top 3 tips right now for online marketing? You know, like what do you see that people are doing wrong on Facebook? If you could mentor them right now, be like, hey, listen, a lot of people are doing this. That's not how it goes. What is it? What can you give us?
I think the top 3, I would say, I see one, it's the way that people are posting, the way that people present themselves online, pitching their products and services, and not providing enough value. So I see that a lot, and I really just want to help people with that. And, you know, and I know Black Ops can do that. You know, I also see that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of people that are dealing with rejection and getting constantly rejected. I get a lot of people all the time, you know, I can't make sales. I can't, I'm having trouble closing leads. I'm having trouble recruiting. I'm having trouble doing this. And they're very they're very emotionally attached to their business and to their results and to what's happening. And I always suggest removing the emotion from it and just, applying what you learn. And the third thing I see really that I wish I could fix, if anything, is it's just probably just the general mindset of people online, not having the right mentorship in place. It really just comes down to get yourself a millionaire mentor. A lot of people are taking advice from the wrong people. They're applying like techniques that they're learning from someone who doesn't even have the results that they want. You know what I mean? Like, just get yourself a millionaire mentor, get somebody, take advice from somebody who's actually where you want to be in life and in business, whatever it is, and just do what they say and don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Right. All right. Hey, I appreciate that, man. And I second that. I second that. Like a lot of us, because I did it too. Like I wanted to become a millionaire looking at my 6-figure mentor. And at the end of the day, you got to realize my 6-figure mentor only made $370K a year, and a lot of us were like, dude, I need to learn from that guy. And like I said, I went in my life, I made 6 figures 3 times. Why? Because I've never had a millionaire mentor. How the hell are you going to get to $1 million? You're learning from 6-figure minds. And it's like, yeah, I can keep hitting 6 figures, but that's because my mentors are 6 figures. I'm never going to, pass that. And so millionaire mentoring is huge. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, it's like when you go to college and you got a business professor telling you how to own and operate and start up a business who's never owned and operated and started a business. You know what I mean? So it's a matter of just, finding the right mentor, getting yourself a millionaire mentor and taking that quantum leap and going to the next level.
And we haven't discussed about the millionaire mentors that we have, but what do you give me one thing that you could say about Ari Maccabee, the guy that's making $70,000 days? What it was like 2 weeks ago, he had a $70,000 day online, no paid ads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you guys say about Ari Maccabee?
Man, Ari Maccabee, he's probably like the most humble servant leader I've ever come across online. He's so down to earth. He's always there in your corner. He's always showing people like he's even alerting people to the scams that are out there, showing people like what's real, what's not. And he's always available to give his time, give his energy to actually helping just the average person starting out. And he's a great guy. He's an amazing person. Darren Little. Oh man, Darren was the one, like I said, who introduced me to Black Ops. And, like I said, I hopped on the phone with Darren and, he explained to me and he's very to the point. Darren has this way of it's like penetrating into your inner being. Like, he'll ask you these questions that are just like, they open your mind, he knows how to ask the right question. It's like he can see he sees your potential. He sees what you're capable of, and he knows how to open that door for you.
To me, Darren Little's a couple thousand years ahead of everyone's time, and that's why. Every time I text him or message him, I'm like, look, Darren, I don't know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and he'll have like a 4 or 5 word response. Step into your leadership. Shit, it's like I'm over here. I did it. I'm not doing my leadership. It's like I gotta go ahead and do the interview. And that's it. I do it. It's over. It's like he just knows. Like, what do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, what about this? I can't recruit this guy. Offer him value. Damn, I tried to close him and never gave him value. Like he doesn't even have to finish hearing the problem. Derek Penn, man, D Penn, Mr. Big, $17 million online marketing guy.
So I've just recently been introduced to him in the past couple weeks or so. Hopped on a couple sessions with him, but so far from what I've told him, he's super high energy, very humble. The guy knows his stuff. He'll really I'm loving everything that he's done so far for Black Ops. He's super humble and servant. We've got a lot of stuff, behind the scenes with Black Ops that he's already done to help everybody achieve success. So I'm super, super grateful for him and glad that he's on with us now too. So we have 3 really awesome millionaire mentors.
Yeah. And he's a 2-time, New York best-selling author for marketing books.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's the real deal. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah, the real deal. Like once you're that New York Times bestseller on marketing, like you're writing the books for the generations, it's like, yeah, he's the real deal, dude. So those are the mentors, man.
Yes.
These are the stories. And on a final note, because I know you're a very busy man, I can tell you got to go swimming and stuff. What is it? What for your fans? You know, for your fans, what is the last note? What do you want to end this interview on? What do you want to tell everybody watching this that it might be thinking about joining? They're obviously thinking about Black Ops because they're watching this. What is your final note on this?
I mean, my final note's real simple. It's just do it. You know, don't even think. Just jump in. You know, make that change. Make the quantum leap in your life. You've seen the interviews. You've seen the stories. You've heard about us. Just get off the fence. You know, do what you have to do. Go, you know, get the money. Just come in and let's just, you know, make the change in your life. You know, you're ready for it. So that's it. That's what I would say.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, well, thank you so much, Chris. And you guys heard it. You guys heard it here with Chris. And I'm telling you, if you have been thinking about Black Ops, or if any of this inspired you, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. When I tell you, it's not 10 extra income. You're talking like 100 extra income. You know, everybody running around 10x lifestyle. You're talking 100x here. It's that serious. It's like, and before I do close out, did you know it was going to change your life like this? Did you even have a small idea that it was going to change your life like this? I haven't met one person that says yes. I haven't met one.
I had no.
Yes.
No, bro. I'll be 100% honest. I had no idea. Like I said, I was thinking of doing another offer that Darren, another opportunity that Darren's a part of, and it's a high ticket offer. And I actually just reached out. I never even spoke to the guy, and I just reached out to him. I was like, hey, how do I go about this? And he explained to me Black Ops, and it's just the way I told you, the way he talks to you, the way he explains things. I was just like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll take this leap. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I've been online. I've been struggling. I was at that point. I was willing to go into more debt because I had a dream. I had a vision, and I did it. And mind blown, man. It's just life just completely changed. I never expected it to be like this.
I haven't met one person in Black Ops that hasn't told me to say like, nah, I did not imagine this. I didn't imagine this, bro. Like, I didn't imagine this. And for everybody that knows, if you look at my videos from 3 months ago, I was living with my aunt. I didn't have my own room. Now I have my own everything, you know. I couldn't even leave the house. Now about me, you know, you guys seen the motorcycle and everything. Like, it's everything, just the little steps. But like you said, it's just that quantum leap. Like, how do you go from getting out of prison 6 months ago to now, you know, you're generating $3,000 weeks? How do you go from $85 a week to, you know, $1,000 in 7 days, $2,000 in 9 days? And never did I imagine this. Never, bro. So if you're thinking about Black Ops, just throw your hat over the wall. Just throw your hat over the fence. Like you said, get off the fence and just do it. You can't lose. You can't lose. Nobody's lost. You're not going to be the first one that joins and loses. It's just not. The system is set up to where you just can't lose. Honestly, it's set up to where you can't lose. If you don't get it mentally, you're going to get it spiritually. If you don't get it spiritually, you're going to get it on the technical side. There's so many people that are just not good with technical like me, but I understood it mentally. There's just something for everybody to give you that quantum leap. You know, we're dealing with more than just sell this product. And it's stop thinking about it. Get the money. And by the way, all the money that you've made, how much did it cost you to sign up?
What was that?
All the money that you've made, how much did it cost you to sign up?
How much did it cost?
Yeah, all the money that you made, your life changed, everything. How much did you invest for Black Ops? How much did it cost? How much did you pay?
I paid $1,349.
So $1,300, and you made $5,000 your first month, and now you bought a $5,000 car. You went out.
It's complete. Bought a $5,000 car. I've improved my credit score by like 80 points, getting out of debt. It's just quantum. My whole life has improved since then. So it's like, like you said, there's nothing to lose. You just do it, and your life will change.
Well, you're already a part of Black Ops, but if Darren Little and the mentors, be honest, if right now they said, hey, we're going to charge everybody $1,300 again to stay in because it's a new year, would you pay that $1,300?
I wouldn't ask what. I'd be like, here it is, PayPal. Boom, send it over.
Yeah, I would send it 2 times. I'll send it definitely. All right, man. So listen, I thank you. I'm really, really humbled by your story, man. I'm humbled by your story. My respect for you is at a whole other level. You're an amazing person, man, and I know you're that next big thing. I know you're gonna kill it out there. I know you're gonna crush it. And the audience doesn't know that you're big in, you know, trading and all the other marketing, affiliate, and Black Ops is your ATM. But you and I know, and I just wish you the best of luck, man. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for doing this interview. And if you watch this interview, you don't have a choice, man. You don't have a choice. You got to do it. Throw your hat over the wall. Just go ahead and dive in, jump in. You have to do it. You can't. What was that you said? If you fail, if you don't succeed, who's gonna fail?
Who will fail if you don't succeed?
And that's my end note. Thank you, man.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. All right, bro.